Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have a parcel that is sent to us by a customer, and David is gonna open it for us and we'll know what's up. So as David opens this parcel, he's gonna reveal what's inside, and it's a smartphone with a very damaged front display. So this is your ASUS ROG Phone 5S Pro. ROG means Republic of Gamers. So this is a very high-end gaming smartphone. So we'll fix it right away so we can send it back to the customer 10,000 miles away. So as you all know, we not only do repairs for our walk-in customers, but also for our customers and subscribers from around the world. We are doing repairs for customers in the United States, from Europe, and of course all around Asia. So this one is a very special one because we rarely see ROG Phone 5S Pro in the wild, let alone have a broken display and are requesting for a fix. So this one is a very special device. Technically, you have your main board in the middle with two battery modules on both sides, which is nice. And also the USB Type-C charging is offset to a corner of the device, not in the bottom center like what we are used to. So as we open the device, we can see that there's a lot of flex cables. And here we're going to remove the first of the main boards. The main boards are layered on top of each other. So you can see that there's some blue substance there. Those are the thermal paste, because a very intensive process called gaming is the sole purpose of this device. If you're gaming, you want to dissipate as much heat as possible so that your device remains cool. And you can see that they are using thermal paste that is usually found on desktop or laptop computers. So this is basically a computer in the literal sense because it's closer to the design, of course the requirements to dissipate heat, and of course closer in terms of performance. We're gonna put this cardboard here so that we can access the flex cable for the display. So we're now gonna proceed to the removal of the damaged screen. It's now flexible because it's been pulverized and broken into a lot of pieces. So David here is taking precautions by wearing this glove on his left hand. So as you remove it, it's held on by adhesives. You can see there's a lot of flex cables sticking out at the back. We're not going to remove them. Fortunately for us, ASUS designed this so that you do the minimal disassembly as you can when you replace the battery or the display. Although compared to your flagship Samsung or iPhone devices, this one is still very relatively complicated. We have now cleaned up the chassis for the new replacement display, and we're gonna put generous amount of liquid glue. This is gonna make sure that the replacement display is gonna stick to the chassis and flush in between these slots. We're gonna avoid the camera lens for the front-facing camera and the speaker grill. And now we're gonna install the replacement display. You can see that there's a flex cable. We need to channel it through the slot. And of course, you remember that there's a battery at the other side, so David here is doing some acrobatics with a lot of flex cables. So now we're just gonna press it in, and we're done installing the replacement display. We're gonna put back the first layer of mainboard. We're not gonna replace the thermal paste, still good. You have to replace it when it's really dried up. So when you encounter dried up thermal paste on any device, that's a bad sign, because it's not going to be dissipating a lot of heat efficiently when you replace it with fresh thermal paste. Now we're going to attach the flex cables to this mainboard, so it's going to be swarmed with connectors. So if you want to DIY this repair, we highly recommend that you have a lot of experience dealing with complex components, and of course manage some of the components here, especially the flex cables. You don't want to damage even one of them, and you have to put them on the right place, because there's a very tight tolerance on the fit of each component. So the antenna cable should not be pinched when you put it back on. The flex cable should be routed correctly on the proper place, because if you route it in a different angle, it can snap or it can melt because it's near very hot components such as the battery and the mainboard. In short, we are not recommending the DIY fix on this smartphone unless you know what you're doing, and of course you have experience on actual smartphone repair. Now we're done reassembling this device, and now we're gonna recharge it, see if it works. Obviously this smartphone is very drained. The battery is at 0%. It's gonna take a while for us to reach a charge that can let us boot it up, although we have a fast charger here. And now it's booting up. As you can see, the ROG logo you usually see on desktop components that ASUS manufactures. And the customer is requesting that we don't open the device, so that's no problem. We can test the cameras from the lock screen, and of course we can still see if the touchscreen is working and the buttons as well. So we're not gonna oblige the customer to provide the passcode if they're uncomfortable to share it with us, so that we maintain the trust and security and privacy of their data. Last piece of the puzzle is the back cover with this flex cable attached to the back side of the device. And surprisingly, the back of this device is not damaged or scratched any level. Rubber bands just to let the liquid glue cure underneath the replacement display. And we're done. So if you're interested, you can send your broken smartphone here for David to fix. It doesn't really matter where you are, as long as you can send your smartphone through post, and as long as we can send it back to you on time, then we can do fix on any device like this one. So we're done. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Click like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers!
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.